Alrighty. Take two on that one. uh, Jake Bar 26. Uh, I'm doing a video. Um, I did a video a while back. Um, it was the AS video, and I know I know several people have been commenting on that, and some people outside of YouTube have been asking. So I thought, okay, well, I'll go ahead and I'll make a RE video. Well, for and we'll do a recap real quick, just kind of if you haven't seen it yet, can watch it. Um, about 9 years ago, I was diagnosed with AS, and that's what we assumed all these years. Nothing, nothing changed. Just the same old crap. Like pain, pain, and more pain. And it just kept going on. Well, I changed doctors twice. Um, the one I had for about 5 years, but he ended up the financial dynamic of the country is screwing everybody up. So that office had to close down, and I just got to a new one out actually here at my hometown. And what happened with that was I um, they wanted to get like a MRI and an X-ray and all this and that, and so that okay, well, come to our surprise, yeah, we were a little bit more bigger surprise than I was intended for. The parent, I seen the X-ray myself, and I actually have a tumor growing on my spine. I don't know if it's on the spine or if it's somewhere lodged elsewhere, but it is where all the all the nerves and all that come up, and so it's kind of the one kind of a not very good thing, but then yet again, it's not really something you want to be monkeying with either. Um, so the 17th, I have an appointment at the University of Michigan and a neurosurgeon. I forgot his name, um, but um, so they want to. I believe it's a consult. I don't know. I am not sure what they're doing. Um, that type of thing, but it is. Oh, ooh, oh, oh, excuse me. Holy jeez. um, it is one of those things that I'm just, not really too sure of. What's really going to happen. Geez, how else would something like that, you know, go that good for? But um, it's not too bad. Um, but it's enough to really cause a problem, and really try to figure out how to go about it, because we thought that I had AS for 9 years, and we had already accepted that, but no, not this time here. This is a whole different story than to what it was. Um, and that's basically why what we're doing is we're basically trying to figure out if we're even going to be able to take it out, because the way it's looking, um, geez, that's interesting. But other than that, though, it really hasn't been all, really hasn't changed. It's pretty much all the same thing. Um, just got to figure out what to do next, and then hopefully they'll be able to get that done and over with, and um, you know, everything done. But we have man. Oh, oh, excuse me. Holy jeez. I know it's 11 o'clock as I'm recording, but geez, I'm usually not this tired yet. Oh, that's right, because I don't have Red Bull. Yeah, and that is the thing too with people that do drink energy drinks and take energy supplements and all that. Watch out how much you do and how much you take, because I'll tell you, with that caffeine, people say, "Oh, I can't get addicted." They're full of crap. Let me tell you right now. I've been drinking Red Bull for about 6 years, and I've been drinking it ever since. And if I stop, or if I end up doing like a kind of more or less of not having enough or not getting any, I get a real bad migraine, and it's like you're tired all the time than what you were. I mean, let alone I already have a freaking tumor growing, but and the dimensions of the tumor. Now, I'm not part of the metric system in that part of the world. I don't do that. I do inches. All right, which I'm mostly sure 80% of people do. I mean, well, I figure unless you're a mad scientist of some sort. Um, we um, we do basically just trying to get just basically trying to you know trying to basically get this out there, because a lot of people, they seem to have this thing, to where they think nothing's going to hurt them and nothing's going to touch them, and they're wrong. Because I tell you what, I've had caffeine issues. I've had, I don't know how many issues, and it never is fun. You know, it never is. It's just I don't know. I guess it's just one of those things that yeah, you just have this thing going on where it's you know you don't understand it, because you're not really there to know, to notice anything. But we have actually uh, we have been trying to find a way of pain relief. um, I know that's what I've been doing. I've been trying to just trying to just basically trying to find a way to get pain relief somehow. It hasn't been too bad the last 2 weeks. um, the one thing that we have been having a hard time with is whenever I do any work. The recent video I did, the brake pad video, I wasn't too bad then. That day actually was a pretty good day. I think maybe because I had my meds already, and I really wasn't doing heavy work. Um, the one thing that I did notice though is a week before that. Now, I didn't shoot the video, and I should have done it. Um, was I was working on a Cadillac, and the we're basically doing the same thing, brake pads and rotors. And the front rotors were stuck on so bad that it took me about almost 45 minutes on one side, which it shouldn't have. Normally when I do brakes and rotors, it normally takes me about maybe 25 minutes tops. Get everything lubed back up, piston pushed back in, everything the way it's supposed to be. But this time here, no, it took me about 45 minutes total. Well, that was probably about 25 minutes on the rotor. The rotor was stuck on there so bad that it took me 45 minutes to beat it off, so it'd come undone, and then put everything back together, and then move to the other side. And it was the same thing on the other side. Well, the back side, it took 2 days. The reason it took 2 days was because what happened was one of the rotor screw, or one of the caliper bolts, broke off in the mount. Now, I was going to go get a tap and die set and just drill it out, tap it, and die it, be done. Well, that didn't go as planned, because I don't have, they're expensive to rent, and that day I just didn't have the money, because of the fact that I don't really, I don't usually carry a lot of cash on me, and for reasons is either you lose it, or whatever. And the reason that I don't have it is because actually there's really no reason for that day in particular. Normally I don't carry it on me because I just don't have that kind of money. But most, that day I just didn't have it on me because I didn't think I'm going to have to go buy a new caliber mount. Well, sure enough, I had to go buy a new one. And we ended up getting it done the next day, but then I had to come back and do more work because things just weren't working right as they should. But it wasn't too bad. I mean, it wasn't like it was, it's not like it just, like it was that hard. It's just that, like I would say, try having a tumor in your back and then doing that kind of work as versus other mechanics that, that do this for a living that, that pull motors out of cars and have to be on their back, for an hour and a half. And, versus, to me, it's hard work. Let me tell you. I mean, just to be on, your back like that, it's something. But we ended up doing, we ended up getting it done finally at 8:00 at night, and but I should have taped it. I wasn't even thinking that day, because normally, like I did when I did my brake pads, I just kind of happened to see my phone. I thought, oh well, let's use the phone. And 80% of my videos that I do record on or that I do make are usually with my phone. So a lot of the times it's kind of hard for me to actually really do anything, to get, to hold my phone up or, but I am thinking about investing in a camera. That way I can, do better videos. I mean, usually, right, once you have a camera and tripod, hey, yeah, we can, do all the videos we want, But, yeah, it turned out pretty good, though. It wasn't too bad. We ended up getting all that done. Didn't have a problem with it, and everything worked out good. So it that was really good, actually. It turned out pretty good. But yeah, so we ended up doing getting see here I think we ended up getting that, and then about a week. Yeah, it was about a week. No, actually, it was like about 2 days later I did the van. That's right. Yeah, my 2005 Ford van. And that's the thing. I don't, I'm not, and I'm not dissing anybody that says, oh, the van's better. No, Ford is better. And the reason I'm saying that is because Ford stuff is easy to get to. I swear, I've worked on a lot of cars. Cadillacs are all right, but no, I'm good. It, I always have such a hard time with it. Trying, oops. I'm just kind of trying my settings, seeing what my settings do here. That was kind of cool, though. Oh, yeah, that's real slow. All right, we'll put her back in HD, okay. But yeah, we got Fords are better. I mean, Chevys are all right. I ain't got no problem with the Chevy. But the problem I have with the Chevy is the fact that their parts are so more expensive. It's to me versus a Ford. Ford gives you so many more features. I mean, I've seen Chevy do it, but it's like you got to pay more. I mean, if you're going to go to a dealer or buy a Ford from a auto sale place, and you see a truck that's got more features in it than yours does, you don't have to pay extra because they're already put in. But I mean, even at a dealer though, you don't have to at a dealer. A lot of that comes in with the price. It's a selection of what you want. So but then the good thing about Chevy is the fact that it does seem like Chevy's cheaper, the vehicle itself, but the parts are expensive. I've noticed. I mean, I don't know, it's just me, but that's sort of how I've how I've saw it. But Fords, yeah, they do seem to be expensive, but their parts are cheap. Just fix my back hatch on my van. I'll have to show you that. I'll have to show you that one day. Just to fix that, it's like $200 something to ship. From, I think it was like Kansas City or North Carolina or something. But it's it's something else. But it's just basically just trying to get all that done, and having a hard time with it, and nobody wants to spend that kind of money. It would be nice for me to have a working vehicle so I could put my groceries in the back, but no, can't seem to do that. So it's basically just with that, that you're trying to do one thing, but then yet again you have to do another, and it does get aggravating. I mean, let me tell you how many vehicles I've had. I had a '92 Chevy Astro, and I did drive a Chevy once. Twice, actually twice, because I had a Chevy Astro and I had a Chevy Lumina. Now, the thing I liked about both those vehicles is the fact that the van I had lights in the back. If anybody remembers those '92 Chevy Astros, not many of them came with it, but there were some of them. I think it was a feature. It was actually bought off a friends that I knew, people that were friends of the family. And I think they had that put in, if I remember correctly. But that was the one thing I liked about it, was those light bars. You had lights, and it's just like, yes, finally you get to have legal lights in your van. But weren't the kind we all like, though. But it was still pretty cool, though. Like, it wasn't that bad. I mean, some Chevys aren't bad. I will give you that, though. I will give you that. Some Chevys aren't bad. I'll work on any vehicle, but I only drive a Ford. But those two were the only exceptions that I did. Now, the reason I like the Lumina is because the fact that, I didn't have to pay anything. Actually, either vehicle, I didn't pay anything. I got both of them for free. The one was just the reason why I didn't pay for either one of them was because the Lumina I had first. Okay, I had the Lumina first. Now, what happened with that was when I got the Astro, that was how I traded the Lumina, was because the one truck they had was breaking down. It was, getting old, and what I did was I knew they drove Chevys before, so I knew they didn't mind them, because I do know some people that will not drive a Chevy ever. You ever offer them a Chevy, they'll tell you to get off the property. So I told them, I go, okay, well, if you're going to sell that, then why don't we just do an even trade? I'll trade you my Lumina, and you just give me the van and no cash needed, and we'll call it that. You know what I mean? Nothing, no problem to it. And yeah, it was agreed upon. They accepted it, and because I figured, hey, if you're gonna look for a vehicle, why not just do why not do it this way? But the Lumina, now, what I liked about the Lumina, it was a small compact car, but it had room. I don't think it qualified as a compact car. Not like those Focuses and all that. Those things, oh my God, nope, not enough room. Jeez, I can't stand driving those things. But that one there, I think was a 98 or 99. I'm almost positive. I'm almost positive it was a 98. I don't know. I don't remember. Maybe it was in the 2000 range. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember. I know, right? My own damn car, and I don't remember. I can remember all my vehicles except that one, because every vehicle I've owned. All right, I've had, let's see, 1, 2. It was 2. I think I had 2 Ford F-150s. One of them was a 92, and the other one was a 99. 99, yeah. Yeah, 99 Ford F-150. Now, that one I loved. That one was my favorite, the newest one I had, because that one had a back seat. It was kind of a small seat, but yet again, though, it was nice because I mean, at least if you had, at least the seats would go up, like instead of like either folding up or one going down individually, they would both come up. But what they would do is they would fold, so that way it was like against the wall, which was nice. I mean, nice feature, but just not enough room though. That was the problem. Now my brother just bought a Ford. I believe it's a 250 2005. And I think it's a 4.2, I think. But it basically it's a nice truck, let me tell you. It's got a full back seat, white in color. Oh my god, dude. It's just, man, I got to drive it the first day and it was awesome. But anyway, back on subject. So the thing I did like about the Lumina was the fact that it was a nice little car. It was good on gas. It didn't have any problems. There was a few parts that were replaced right before I got it. Now, the one thing I hated about the Luminas, okay, and a lot of Chevys in that matter, pretty much all of them, is I think Ford did it too. I think they started doing it after a while. I don't think I've seen it, but I don't pay attention, towards Ford because I've never seen them do it. Is Chevy made it to where you had to have a secret code for your radio. I hated that. Now, the reason why I hated that, for two reasons, okay, is one, you always had to go to the dealer whenever whenever it got locked out. And two, if they couldn't open it, you had to buy a whole new freaking radio. So basically, you're telling me that instead of you guys figuring a way to unlock it or finding a code, you're telling me I got to go spend another $100, $200 on a radio that's decent enough in the wiring kit and the hardware to put it in. So that means you're basically making more work for me than you guys could just punch in a few numbers and get a code. Well, I haven't seen them unlock a radio, not be able to unlock a radio yet. I haven't paid attention, but God knows. There was that. There was another thing too. I forget what the other thing was. It was good though. I mean, it was definitely good. It was a good little car though. I remember when $20 filled that car up once within a day. I mean, it filled it up, no problem. Now, geez, it's fill my van. It's like almost $100. I think it's close to like 95 or something like that to fill it. And then there was a truck. The one truck, the intake truck there. Well, that truck's got some more problems wrong with it. Apparently, it's got a parasitic draw to it. I don't know what the problem is yet. I haven't gone to look at it. I think I might do that tomorrow, actually. I got to get a 9-volt battery for my DVOM, though. But, well, other than that, yeah, that's pretty much all that's been going on, though. Nothing much. So, I'm going to go ahead and end this broadcast here. That's pretty much all. I just wanted to cover the video that I did a while back about the AS video. I don't know how the hell we got talking about everything else. God knows. But it always works out. I've never looked so bad in this quality ever. I used to be able to use my PS3 camera, but now you got to pay for the software. There is software you can get for it, but you have to buy it now. And just for a single camera, it's $1. It's like 99 cents or $1.99 or something like that. It sucks. So, well, I'm gonna go ahead and get off here and get some sleep because I got to do. And on the van now, I'm addressing that power steering leakage too. I think it's one of the hoses that's coming from the pump to the tank, and I think it's the return hose. I'm not sure. Yeah, well, yeah, it would be the return hose. Yeah. So I'll, you know what, I'll definitely do a video on that. If anybody's interested, I'll record that and get that one netted up and take care of that, so that way I can, you know, show you guys something else. But yeah, so alrighty, well, I'm gonna get off here, and everything's pretty much all good. Just you know, figured I haven't done a broadcast in a while. I missed my last broadcast. I forgot all about it, and so alrighty, well, this is Jake Bard 26, and signing off.